Us now is Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator Blackburn, welcome, ma'am. There's a couple things I wanted to ask you about, but the first one is, will America back this? Okay, will America be patient? You know, $3.50 gasoline. People are talking like this is the end of the world. No, it's not. In return for what? In return for completely rewriting history favorably to the United States. Can we hope that American morale stays strong during this period, Senator?
Yes, indeed, we can be hopeful for that. And Larry, when I am in Tennessee and talking to people, they back the president, they back his actions in Iran. They are so pleased that the reign of terror has ended, that the Ayatollah is gone. They are very hopeful for the Iranian people that they are going to grab this opportunity and that they're going to push for a more democratic Iran. And I think that when you talk about an uptick in gas prices, it is going to be short-lived. And this is something that when you get into the summer driving season and people have filled out their income tax, their refunds are larger, the price of gas has come back down, they're able to take that family vacation, then I think you're going to start to see things turn.
I mean, I saw an early poll, a Rasmussen poll, 52% favor this action. Yeah. There's lots of polls and polls and polls. I just have to believe in my heart, Senator, you know, we've been around a long time, you and I just have to have confidence that American morale will back this action because Americans are smart enough to understand how important this is to end this forever war of terrorism against us. Correct. Where literally, you know, these crazy Iranians and these mullahs, they're trying to kill the president. He's not the first president. And they're trying to kill national security advisors.
Yeah. Look at what they've done to our troops, whether it is Iran or their proxies. Right now, you've got 18,000 known terrorists that are in the United States. And you've got the Democrats that don't want to fund DHS, and that is where Homeland Security investigations and the Secret Service are funded. Now the Democrats are saying, oh, well, we do want to fund all of that. We just don't want to fund ICE and CBP. Well, get yourself to the floor and vote yes on a DHS funding bill. And make certain that TSA is funded. Make certain that you've got HSI funded. Make certain you're going after these terrorists. You're going to apprehend them. You are going to prosecute them. You're going to lock them up and get them out of our communities. That's what people want to see. They do want to end this war in the Middle East. And they're pleased that the president has the backbone necessary to take an action and to deliver.
Yes, well, I say amen to that. One other one, Senator. The president is very keen. He's been tweeting on this. Save America Act. We got to have voting rights. We got to have photo ID. We got to have proof of citizenship. He says he says other than the war, this is his #1 priority. How do you see it? We're going to get a vote in the Senate, ma'am?
Oh, yeah. You know, this is an 80% issue. I've said, let's do it by unanimous consent. Let the Democrats come to the floor and object. Let's do a same-day rule. Let them object. And then if we need to do the talking filibuster and sit there for 2 or 3 weeks and wear them out, let's do it. The thing that is important is people have got to prove that they are a U.S. citizen to vote in a U.S. election. And then when they go to the poll, they need to show an ID to prove they are who they say they are. And for people to say, well, it's so hard to get an ID or it's hard to get a birth certificate, I would introduce them to the internet because applications can be made online. In every state, you can get the documentation that is necessary. It is imperative that people prove who they are to vote in our elections so that people that are on visas, are on work visas, people that are permanent residents, people that are illegally in the country, so they all do not vote in our elections.
I just toughed it out in Connecticut, which is kind of a backward state. You can't do the internet. But I went to the DMV, okay? I went to the DMV. I practically canvassed everybody who works in the DMV. It took me 3 passes, but I got my real ID, Senator, with my picture. I'm not saying it's the greatest picture, but I got all that stuff done. So now I'm tip-top shape. Because otherwise, you know what? In Connecticut, you didn't have to, you could use a credit card or a debit card. And that's just not, that is not proof of citizenship. So anyway,
not at all.
I did it. I mean, what's so hard about that? Why Schumer keeps saying it's racism? What does he say? Jim Crow 2.0? That's just nonsense.
Well, you have to have an ID to go to your child or grandchild's school. You've got to have it to go buy a 6-pack of beer. You've got to have it when you go check in at the doctor's office. You've got to have it to get on a plane. You even have to have an ID to get federal government benefits. Come on now.
Right,
it is time to have an ID to vote.
You have to have an ID in the House to vote against the bill. So there you have it. I got to go. Senator Marsha Blackburn, thank you.